Hi, thanks very much for clicking on the video link. My name is Natalie Armstrong-Motin with Marketing Resolution, and you have joined us for another idle chat in the series for the American Bar Association's Section for Dispute Resolution. And today I get to talk to a colleague in Scottsdale, Arizona. This is Tricia. Hi, Tricia.
Good morning, Natalie.
How are you today?
I am well. How are you?
Well, I'm doing very well. Thanks so much for being willing to play a little idle chat game with me. I've got about 120 questions that I've written on these cards, and we just shuffle them up real fast, highly scientific, and the cards will dictate what it is that we talk about. All right, and the first card, Tricia, have you ever cut your own hair?
I cut my own hair when I was 9, and even though I have straight hair, this is natural straight hair, for some reason, I trimmed the back of it. For some reason, I have no reason why I did this. And it grew back kind of curly, which was super awkward for things like school pictures and things like that. So yes, short answer, yes.
I think we all made an effort at one point during our elementary school years. Some of us more successfully than others, but yeah, we all gave it a shot. All right, Tricia, are you an early bird or a night owl?
Both. I rise pretty early for workouts, and then also in the evening I do another workout, and that tends to stimulate my brain, even though I try to not have it. Oftentimes I do get a second wind in the evening. So I'm actually a napper. So I will go to bed around 11:30 midnight. I will get up around 5-ish in the morning, but I will usually sneak a nap in.
I'm on team nap as well.
Team nap is a good team. Yeah.
Good for us. Tricia, in your opinion, what is the best book?
Oof. Wow. Well, I'm currently reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, which has been amazing. Kind of used the pandemic as a time to reboot, and that's been good. I am also reading Peak Mind by Amishi Jha, which involves focusing on mental clarity and enhancing your, basically her philosophy is you need to recruit and train your mind so it's ready for you when you need it during intense times, as opposed to suddenly deciding to meditate when you feel like you're stressed out. In other words, you need to prepare your mind and your body to do this well in advance of when you need to. So those are the two things on my desk these days.
Good choices. Tricia, do you by any chance have a green thumb?
No.
No.
I'm not even going to elaborate on that.
I think we all get it. All right. What sound or noise do you love the most?
Probably running water, like being near a river or an ocean.
Yeah. Tricia, what always cheers you up?
Going for a walk or a run. You're probably getting the exercise theme in a lot of my answers. My law firm is called Vitality Law, which harmonizes wellness principles with commercial litigation, which sounds like oil and water, but exercise has been a huge part of my life, and I am also a personal fitness trainer in addition to being a lawyer, so there's a lot of harmony in what I do in that regard.
Well, then it makes perfect sense. Although I would have bet a box of donuts you were going to say your cats.
Yeah, we support each other, but definitely the walks and the runs.
Oh, I won't tell the cats, don't worry.
Good.
Let's see. Sorry, I just asked that one. If money and practicality were not a problem, what would be the most interesting way to get around town?
Oh, I'd hire a full-time driver. I mean, just or pilot or something, but I would have someone full-time on staff to transport me.
There you go. Take it the Lincoln lawyer level. All right. Are you a big fan of movies and film?
You know, I'm actually not. It's hard to get me to sit still. And movie and film is about as it's tough. It's got to be a good movie. What I do is I throw it on my laptop and watch it on my stationary bike. I take vocal lessons, and my voice instructor wanted all of us to watch Summer of Soul, which came out last year. And that was phenomenal. And I just threw it on my laptop and said, okay, well, I've been assigned to watch this. So I did. I am intrigued by music documentaries. And it's funny, I was just talking last weekend with someone in my life about doing that more often. So that may be on deck.
All right, good for you.
Yep.
Next card is, what is the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Ooh, this is harsh, but always look out for yourself first, because no one else is going to look after you.
Harsh, but true. True. Most of us aren't lucky to have, you know, a ride or die. You do have to look out for yourself. Do you, by any chance, have a favorite word?
I do, believe it or not. And this harkens back to my anatomy and physiology days. Homeostasis, the notion that your body returns to equilibrium no matter what happens to it, or what types of injuries at some point. And it's been calming for me that you know that no matter what happens in life, your body's going to kind of naturally gravitate to where it needs to be.
Fair enough. The inverse of that, of course, is one of my least favorite words, entropy.
Ah.
Your word is a good one. All right. Now, Tricia, sorry, if you,
either one is fine.
all right, if you could know the truth behind every conspiracy theory, but you would die if you hinted that you knew the truth, would you still want to know?
No. I'm inherently not that curious.
Not a curious cat. Love the cats, but not a curious cat. What game have you spent the most hours playing?
Scrabble.
Yeah, I'm a word nerd.
Yeah, my mom and I have a rivalry going back 30 years, and she is snowbirding in Arizona now. She lives in the Seattle area primarily, and so we're able to spend more time together playing lots of Scrabble. So, and that's the equivalent of a movie. So that also requires me to sit down for a while. So that's
right.
I get up when it's her turn, you know, and stretch.
And I know that, and it sounds a little bit weird, but Scrabble in foreign languages, to learn the foreign language, is a great game.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah, so I've done that one, and that's a good way to learn a foreign language. All right, what is the worst job you've ever had?
I was interning at the company where my mom worked. She was in the forest products industry in the 80s. And so there was a paper and timber company that she worked for. And I had an office job as a secretary as a teenager, which was great. And one week, they decided that we needed to experience working in the sawmill. And so for a week, I had to do that. And I was not a happy camper. So that's like a segment of the worst job that I ever had was working in a sawmill as an 18-year-old for a week.
Not a job I would ever have put you in, honestly.
I mean, they had us doing safe things, we weren't in there, having occupational safety violations, but they were just kind of being there, and it was interesting.
Still, that would be interesting, I think. So, and Tricia, I'll ask you the same question that I ask everybody as the last question in Idle Chat, and that is, what is it that you love most about the resolution industry?
I have a real passion for bringing people together. I do it socially, I do it professionally. I love finding commonalities of interest between and among people, some that they don't even necessarily see within themselves. And I think the resolution industry is perfect for people with this talent and ability and passion, because we're able to see opportunities that the parties may not see themselves, and to be able to guide people to an opportunity or help them find their own solution is extremely challenging, but also extremely rewarding. And fortunately, it comes fairly naturally to those of us in the industry.
Really good answer. I like that a lot. Yeah, it's just a good group, good processes, good group of professionals. And
Yeah.
if someone wanted to reach out to you to learn more about what you in particular are able to offer them, how would they do that? What's the best way to find you?
My website is vitality.law. So it's VITALITY.law. I'm told I have pretty good SEO. So if you type in Tricia Schafer in Google, that's TRICIA SCHAFER, I pop up pretty readily in various contexts.
All right, excellent. Tricia, thank you so much for having an idle chat with me. It was great to get to know you a little bit.
Thank you, Natalie. Pleasure to meet you as well.